Peace and blessings, family. We thank you all for joining us here on the Seventh Vision Coalition, a part of the Next Generation platform, where we are just looking to influence our youth and the next generation on the steps it takes to be successful in every aspect of life. Today, with us today, we have three men who are members of the executive team for the Circle of Brotherhood, based here in Miami, Florida. It's an organization composed of primarily Black men from all walks of life, dedicated to community service, economic development, crime prevention, conflict resolution, mediation, educational services, and youth mentorship. Members of the circle have dedicated their lives to collectively solving the social ills of our community. And to further help us understand what it takes to establish successful solution-based organizations in our community, here with us today we have our brother Leroy Jones, who we're going to patiently wait for our brother to enter the broadcast onto the stream. He has a slight technical difficulties. But we also have here, and he is the lead organizer of this organization. We also have with us a 7th Region Coalition co-host on our Thursday Talks, Brother Lau Muhammad, who is the executive director of the Circle of Brotherhood. And last but not least, we have today with us Pastor Jeffrey Mack, who is the president of this wonderful organization. How are you all doing today?
By His grace, counting those blessings, my dear brother.
Yes. Doing fine.
I want to thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to, address the youth, even the older generation, on how they can prepare a path to create these organizations that can help go into the streets, and put 10 toes down and be present in our communities. I would like to start with Brother Lau when asking you to give a short description of yourself and your function as the organization director, dear brother.
Well, the first thing I like to do is I like to greet this wonderful audience. Like I always say to my Muslim brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. To my Christian brothers and sisters, praise the Lord. And to my Black revolutionaries, Ungawa Black Power. And to all you peace and freedom loving people across the land, peace and blessings. And before I go any further, Brother Anthony, I got to thank you for this topic, brother. Very, very powerful. We were just having a discussion off camera about the relevance if other organizations would have been able to lay a blueprint for us, how far we could be.
Yes, sir.
I'll just say this about your brother. I'm God-led and God-fed. I was born to be a community servant, and I've been blessed to be trained by the best, and I've been blessed to work with these two awesome, dynamic brothers and using the principles that we have from life. We all have a different experience and a different level of expertise, but when you put it all into the same mix, dear brother, it's one brother and it's one hood.
That's right.
And so as an executive director, it is my duty and responsibility to lead the day-to-day affairs of the organization. And we didn't, just so you know, we didn't start off to be an organization. We became an organization.
Wow.
After becoming brothers, and I've been blessed to be working with these two powerful brothers, I guess, for the last 12 plus years now.
Man, that is awesome. I thank you for that, introduction to the cause and to, your role in this organization. And what we have here now, Brother Leroy Jones. How are you doing today, dear brother?
You're on mute, Brother Leroy.
Okay, I can get him off. We'll do it. We'll do it like that.
Still on mute, brother.
Yeah, you got to hit that microphone button, big brother. There we go. Hit it one more time. There we go.
We good?
We good now, brother.
All is well, dear brother. All is well. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to grace your presence at this particular moment. Thank you.
Thank you, dear brother, for taking the time out and for it to mean much to you to be on this platform, man. That is the spirit that we need here on the next generation. So as we are already addressing Brother Leroy Jones, can you give us a short description of yourself and your function in the organization as the lead organizer.
So I'm just a average brother that want to see awesome things happen
Yes,
to not only our community, but to brothers who put the work in.
that's right.
So I have the privilege and honor as serving as the first and only lead organizer for the Circle of Brotherhood.
That's fantastic.
So I think that's a title that nobody can erase or replace.
Yes, sir.
The first, so nobody can come after that will be first, right? And right now the only. So
Yes, sir.
um I just want to say, brother, um, to be a part of this awesome, um, faith-driven, dedicated, working class brothers that interest is the collective as a whole is my honor, my privilege, brother. You know, I couldn't be more blessed. Thank you, brothers. So in a nutshell, you know, I just want to serve, man. All I want to do is make people happy, man. You know, in a
Yes,
positive way. That's all I want to do. I just want to be an influence and know that when it's all over, right? That that somebody, at least one person, will remember my name.
yes,
That's
sir.
all I need, brother.
Man, that is a
Thank you,
that's a
brother.
beautiful motivation behind this purpose. You know, if we all left the house with the intention to make somebody smile, I think we'd have a better community overnight. So,
Hey, brother Anthony, he was truly on point, except for one thing, brother.
yes, sir.
Ain't nothing ordinary about that brother right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, he hiding behind the humbleness. We love to see it, my brother. Yes, sir. So I thank you for that response, big brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Tony.
And for our brother Pastor Jeffrey Mack, can you please give the people a short description of yourself, maybe the church that you are leading or pastoring on to? Can you give us that and your function within this organization, sir?
Well, listen, I'm just blessed to have God direct the direction, the path that we're in. To meet brothers like Bilal Muhammad and um, Brother Leroy Jones, and to be a part of this organization that he put together.
Yes.
Uh, because all that we've done was separate, but to be able to come together. Um, I've been pastoring for 28 years in Miami, um, and nothing, no organization like this um, that has come together from, as Bilal would say, from the streets to the suites,
That's
but yet have a humble organization where there are no big eyes, no little U's.
come
We
on.
all understand our purpose, and as I say, we fit our piece of the puzzle, and the puzzle is still being developed.
Yes.
The corners are there, but we're still putting the middle and the trimming around it. We're still coming together as an organization.
Yes.
I'm just humbled and blessed just to be a part, uh, and to be president, and understanding this is um, legacy.
That's right.
As Leroy said, he's the first uh, lead organizer, first executive director, first president. That will be in the archives of the
That's right.
Circle of Brotherhood forever. So I'm just humbled to do my part and just be a part of great men like these.
So looks like, brother Anthony, you just got from our introductions, brother, the number one ingredient that's needed to sustain a community-based organization,
Mm,
and that's humility.
that's right.
Humility.
That's right. Come on now. I can see that this organization has put its egos aside for the better cause, regardless of our practices and backgrounds. You know, we are all brothers, especially when we come together as one cause for one cause. Because if I'm looking to complete a mission or a cause, then I need my brother, and I need to understand what my brother's function is, support that function, and bring it all together so that we can go out into our community and improve that. So,
And
you know,
if I could, Brother Anthony, before you move forward, because I think it's important for the people to understand the makeup of our organization.
Yes, sir.
Because that really leads to the complexity of what we've been able to do. You know, when Pastor Mac talked about we're from the streets to the suites, that means we them boys.
Come on.
You know, those brothers that have torn down, destroyed, and you know what goes on in our community.
That's right.
And you also got other brothers who've done double-digit years in prisons. You got other brothers who've never seen the back of a police car.
That's right.
Some of us are Muslims. Some of us are Christians. Some of us practice cultural or spiritual-based faith, but it's one brother and it's one hood. So it's very rare where you get a collective group of Black men to work together from these different walks of life.
That's right. That's right. You couldn't have said it any better, my brother. It's really one of the most beautiful things that we can see happen in our community is that the men take on the responsibility of the responsibilities in our community and work to help sustain that. And, you know, if we're talking about the sustainability of something, you know, we have to constantly work on ourselves and our own feelings and emotions and actions within the organization and be as cohesive as we can be. So you all are a beautiful example of that right there. And we thank you all for heading this organization and this movement, dear brothers. And let me see. So to go on to our questioning, I first want to thank everybody for tuning in that is watching currently. And we want to just formally invite you to this segment that we're having called How to Sustain an Organization here with some of the executive council of the Circle of Brotherhood. So for the first question, we would like to start off. I would like to ask and start from the ground up, right? What kind of tactics did you all use to get people involved in this movement? And y'all we could just throw a finger up if we got a thought on our minds.
Yes,
well, it wasn't really a tactic. As I stated in my intro, there was crime going on in the area, and former Commissioner Spence Jones and Detective Ford from First 48 were concerned and came together and called me. We met at the church and called in Brother Lau and others, and we came together. And from the need of the community and the lack of exposure to what really was going on in the neighborhood brought us together. So when we started meeting, and we started meeting at Lincoln, not Lincoln Field, but Liberty Square, and it was a collaboration of us just coming together and getting to know each other while we were introducing ourselves to the community. Yes. And we would walk what I call the ripple effect. We would walk one block that Saturday, come back the next Saturday, expand the block, and by the end we had walked the whole Liberty Square, and then we had met the people from the community. So they saw us there every Saturday, committed at 6 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Showing that we were committed to the community.
Come on.
And from that, people started coming. And then as we started growing, then those that felt the connection of this is their purpose, their calling, stayed. Those that did not feel that came for a minute and left.
Yes.
And the organization just grew to those that know that they have a piece of this puzzle. They stay and fit.
Yes. You know, Pastor, if I could jump in there, and then Brother Leroy, if you could talk about the personal care that you place into developing each and every individual member. But I think it's important to be said, Brother Anthony, that when we got that report about the type of crime and the murders that were taking place, we made ourselves a promise that we would never allow anything that disunites us to be more powerful than what we could do together.
Come on.
So remember, we didn't start off to become an organization.
Right.
We used a very important principle that says we must first be brothers.
That's right.
And we got to know each other in that way. And then when you get to know your brother, you fall in love with your brothers, and it's
Come on.
easy to do work. And
That's
then when you got a man like Brother Leroy, and I know, let me say this first before Leroy speaks. See, what Pastor didn't share is that there's always friction when you're building and doing something good.
Come on.
You know, everybody in the Christian community wasn't happy with this Christian pastor working with this Muslim brother.
Come on.
Everybody who comes from the streets wasn't happy with these brothers in the streets working with the brothers in the suites. So we had to overcome a lot of that. And our love sustains us to where we are. But Brother Leroy, the personal care that you place into developing economically and personally each individual brother, I think that's been a key to keeping brothers involved in our success too.
Yes, sir. Man, we seeing that the strength. So far, we can conclude that the strength of our unity, the strength of our love, and putting our egos aside. And for people in this next generation, you know, you must not be envious of people who are active in the community, because both, you know, all of these parties probably already had a small hand in the improvement of our community, but decided to come together because they knew that through their unity and the strengthening of their unity that they can be successful, and even more successful than they had been in the effectiveness of their plan. So, you know, is there anything that you would like to add to this, Brother Leroy?
So I would say that I'm not Brother Lau and Pastor Mac is original members of the Circle of Brotherhood. I think when I came on, they had already started meeting maybe a year before I came on. And I went to one breakfast. And after that breakfast, that's when it was determined that we would go to Liberty Square, which is called the Pork and Beans.
Yes, sir.
To start every Saturday, spending some time and exercising and walking around there to get to know the neighbors.
Yes.
I was so inspired by seeing the brothers that was focused, and I don't know if Pastor Mac and Brother focused on this, but we walked the Pork and Beans every Saturday for a whole year.
Wow.
For a year.
Come on.
So I don't know if they ever thought about how long that was, but it didn't seem long. But it was a whole year. And I guess it didn't seem long because the love was there, right?
That's right.
And so I was determined at that point, because I already had a structured organization that was multi-million-dollar nonprofit, and making sure that whatever I can do, you know, do my part to make sure the Circle of Brotherhood survive and sustain, you know, and be a force to reckon with in the community. And I think, well, I know the key was that the time that we gave each member separately. So not only we met as a unit, each member has his own separate time with his leadership when needed. So at least once a year, I put out a call for me to any member in the group to meet with me so I can see where they at mentally, financially, spiritually.
Yes, sir.
And to see what we can do as a group to help them overcome whatever challenges they may have. And I'm also big at every now and then sending out emails to see if brothers are employed. Yes. Because, you know, you have to have an organization with brothers where you don't want everybody on survival mode. Your role is to get people out of survival mode.
Come on.
Because as long as they struggling, you know, they can't focus and put the dedication and the time in that you need them to do to sustain the organization. And so for the record, I'm proud to say that we don't have one member in our organization that's not employed or don't have a business or both. You know, so, and that's rare for you to be able to say that, especially when you're dealing with the type of individuals we dealing with, you know?
That's right.
So I would say from the ground up, spending that positive time and also showing them wins. So when you show somebody and teach somebody how to win something that
Yes.
never won something, and I'm not talking about a game, I'm talking about life. I'm talking about making a positive move where it's going to impact other people. So your first time experiencing making something happen that impact other people and you never done that before, man, that's like that's something you gotta take a moment to let it soak in.
Yes,
Because
sir.
when you get to that point to know that they can win something, they can literally win,
Yes, sir.
then you headed in the right direction. So I just wanted to say that, brother.
Beautiful, dear brother. Yes, sir. You know, I heard a quote once that somebody told me. They said, the people don't care what you know until they know that you care. You know, and it seems like that's the foundation that y'all laid, is just your presence. You gotta know, as if anybody trying to establish anything, a music artist, you can have a athlete. They have to be present in that world for people to understand how serious they are, to be able to present opportunities and to back that person and know that their efforts in backing them will not go to waste, and that you will be successful behind that support. So, man, that's a beautiful foundation that you all carried upon, and just for a year staying consistent. So we got to stay consistent if we go into to create these organizations in our community, people.
Right. And Brother Anthony,
yes,
can I want to say one more thing in reference
Yes,
to
sir.
that too, because in that year, when we got to know each other,
Yes,
we
sir.
also got a chance to see each other's gifts,
Come on.
talents,
Wow.
abilities, and experiences.
Yes, sir.
See, a lot of people, you think they can just throw an organization together, but you got to make sure you have the right type of experienced people. For example, look what you have here.
Yes, sir.
Pastor Mac has been pastoring for nearly 30 years.
Mhm.
Brother Lyle has been a member of the Nation of Islam for nearly 30 years.
Man.
Brother Leroy has been organizing not just men, but businesses and activists in our community for more than 30 years.
Man.
So you're looking at using the experiences with that beautiful recipe we've been taught to have no big eyes or little U's.
That's right. Beautifully said, my brother. Yes, sir. And to go into some of the functions within the Circle of Brotherhood, or the to start off, let's talk about this Tuesday meeting, right? That you all have. It's called a weekly community meeting to help solve the ongoing problems of our community. And I would like for you all to expound on what strategies and discussions do you all implement within these weekly meetings?
I guess Pastor waiting for me to jump in on the meeting piece, huh? Well, I'll say this. I'm actually right now, I'm in the room where
Okay.
our Tuesday night meetings take
Wow.
place.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to imagine a room circle filled with Black men and boys.
Come on.
I want you to imagine the spirit of problem-solving individuals.
That's
I want you to imagine the spirit in the circle where people don't just come for help, but they come for training. I'll just give you an example. You know, on any given night, on a Tuesday night, our young people who are misguided get guidance and correction. We have different presentations that take place on whether they're business or cultural or informational issues or financial.
Yes, sir.
So it's almost like a workshop, but the work that's being shot, we're the ones who are being worked on.
Come on.
If you've never experienced a Circle of Brotherhood meeting, you would walk into the room and know that something is different. You know, there really needs to be the type of Tuesday night meeting that we have going on in every community across the country. Brothers, want to say anything else about our Tuesday night meetings?
Well, our Tuesday night meetings are holistic. Like Brother Lau said, you may come to a meeting expecting or not, don't know what you're going to expect, but the emotions we have meetings where men just open up. We had one meeting where a young man was in the middle, and he asked a question about fatherhood.
Yes, sir.
And the brother was supposed to encourage him, but the brothers wind up seeing themselves in him. And instead of encouraging him, they were talking to themselves.
Wow.
And it was just a powerful, emotional event, and that's what's so powerful, because it's hard for men to really let down their guards, right. to really be men, and to be able to open up and to cry, and to yet have another man tell them that they probably never heard before, that I love you, and mean it as a brother.
That's right.
With no ulterior motives. And a lot of brothers come in, and some of them say, "Man, that's what I wanted. I didn't get that growing up.
Come on,
from my father or from a male figure." Yes. But yet to come in an organization where you got brothers from all walks of life.
Yes, sir.
Whenever someone come in and say they got this issue, there's always someone in the circle say, "Man, been there, done that." Matter of fact, I wrote the book on it.
Yes, sir.
So it's I get, as Brother Al will say, I get goosebumps now even just talking about it, because if you come expecting, you're gonna receive something. You would not come to a Tuesday night meeting expecting and not receive something.
Yes, sir.
So our Tuesday night meeting really started from our all men's meeting after the Martin Luther King parade. So every year we participate in the largest Martin Luther King parade in the country, which is in Miami. Yes. And we pass out palm cards about our all men's meeting. And the all men's meeting is that Monday, right after Martin Luther King Day, which is that Saturday. Okay. And when we open those doors after the parade that Saturday, that Monday, is packed, bro. And yes. Just see it as a safe haven place where brothers, no matter how they feel, what condition they in, what mental state they in, how they look, how they feel, is welcome to come there and share anything they want to share. So not only we love on each other, we also talk about events and programs and things that's happening in the community to convince people to be a part of it. So yes. One beautiful thing about the brotherhood is that we don't force or make anybody be a part of our group. All that we ask you to do is be a part of some organization, even if it ain't ours, that's in the community, that's trying to make a difference for our people. That's all we ask. We might not be the organization for you, but get involved in one that's trying to make a difference in the community. That's all we ask. But yeah, our Tuesday night meetings sometimes it's like every time we think we topped it, here come another one.
Yes,
that supersede that one.
Yes,
so lately we've been seeing a lot of our sisters bringing their young boys and drop them off here, because they need that love. They don't have that father figure, in their life or around them. So our Tuesday meetings is beautiful, brother. I just wanted to share that.
Man, sounds absolutely beautiful. One issue I know that we have with our next generation is the environment that they're in. Because you can place an example. You could place a good seed in terrible soil, when the good seed will never grow because of the environment of the soil and the proper nutrients within the soil. So if we can see all of our young people as good seeds that can be nurtured into and grow with the proper handling. But no matter what kind of seed you are, if your soil is not proper for you to grow, then you just won't grow. And I appreciate you all for providing an environment where at least we can open up our hearts to one another, so that we can get to what's in our minds. So I thank you all for those lovely responses there. And for this next question, I'd like to ask, what is the active solution behind those that blame the condition of our youth on the youth themselves. What have you all done to eliminate that excuse?
Wow. Wow. There's so much to say about that, dear brother. We made a promise to ourselves too, Brother Anthony, that we're not the kind of brothers that are going to pretend like we don't know what the solutions are to our problem.
Come on.
The problem generally is those of us who are able and capable because of our life experiences and because of our expertise, that we're actually capable of reaching and transforming who they would consider to be the worst of the worst youth.
Come on.
You know, and we have done everything from develop transformational training programs. We work with our young people in the Department of Juvenile Justice. We work with our young people in the foster care system.
Yes.
But every program that we had, even our summer youth employment training program, they're all transformational. You know, and I'll let Brother Leroy talk about the summer youth and training program that we have, where we're actually able to pay young men for self-improvement classes.
Come on. Beautiful.
So
You just muted again, dear brother.
You know,
Yeah, hit your microphone. Yes, sir. There we go.
okay. So a little over 6 years ago, we was fortunate enough to have some elected officials believe in our concept as relates to self-improvement and training. And it literally started off as an adult program where adults who lived in underserved neighborhoods, who had some kind of blemish on their record or background, to come to a vocational college, take a skill like construction, culinary, hospitality, private security,
Yes.
take a skill and be paid for it.
Mm.
And so when the issue came up about paying people, mostly of our color, to learn a skill, it was like, how could we do that? How could we pay for the class and pay for them to go to school? Shouldn't they be happy that we at least paying for the class for them? But little did they know the powers that be sided with us, and is nothing more beautiful than meeting 150, 60 people at a bank, giving them a check, and probably 70% of them never seen a check in their life.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And imagine that picture, right?
Yes.
And so we had the fortunate role of doing that, and now we focus more on the youth now. So all the programs we're doing right now this year is solely for the youth, the men and the women under the young men and the young women under the Employ Miami-Dade program. So they take this course, self-improvement. The young ladies take etiquette classes, and they get a brand new Dell computer,
yes, sir,
laptop, and they also get a check when they complete the class. So they're actually being paid to learn how to care for themselves, their environment, and their community. And so this program is a 6.5 years old now, and like it's going strong, brother. It's going strong. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was absolutely beautiful. Touching on that topic. Is there anything that anybody would like to add to the what you all do to eliminate that excuse of blaming our youth?
Yeah, just another point to be said too. We've taken what people consider to be the worst of the worst.
Come on.
You know, those young people out there, gang bang, whatever you want to call them, what they say they're doing, and we've proven that they can be the best of the best.
That's right.
And a lot of the opportunities they usually want black men to spend our life volunteering to do, but they're full-time jobs. And one of the things we've been able to do as an organization is turn the needs into employment opportunities so that brothers can do this work full-time.
Come on.
Community work in the black community is full-time work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right, brother. Yes, sir. So I would like to actually that leads into a perfect segue off into the next question. And just for the viewers right now, if y'all are enjoying this program and what you are seeing and hearing today, we want you to go ahead and hit that like button and that share button so that as many people as we can eliminate the excuses in their life behind what it means to make an impact in our community, and that they can learn from these brothers here on the tangible steps that we need to make. I thank you all for making that concerted effort. And just speaking on the youth, the next question is, what is the key to the success of a youth mentorship program? Some people say that it's hard for them to get in touch with the youth. The youth don't want to move to my word, and we bring up all types of things, right? What is the key to the success of a youth mentorship program?
I'm laughing because there's an example that comes to my mind.
Yes.
And I hope people can understand why I'm using this example.
Mm-hmm.
Our men go through training, first of all. You need to understand that. You don't just join the Circle of Brotherhood. You literally go through training.
Wow.
And one of our annual training trips is actually a cruise. So I want you to imagine 70, 80, 90, 100 black men on a cruise. Now,
Yes.
while we go on a cruise for business,
Come on.
I don't care what woman you are. If you look at a group of 100 black men, you're going to see your flavor. What do I mean by that example? Somebody can reach our youth. We had a young man that was here who wouldn't get out of the car, right? Mother brought him here, fight, would not get out of the car. 3 or 4 different brothers tried to reach him, me being one of them. But there's always a brother that has a key because they're us. So when you look at a circle of brotherhood, they have to see themselves.
Beautiful.
So somebody can reach somebody. And the last thing I'll say on it is that, don't play with us anymore in terms of the black men. We're not just loving on our young people. We are experts at human transformation.
Come on.
And so when you put that together with mentorship and not going anywhere, our young brothers get strong. And our young girls need mentors too. We just established in one of our communities after a violent shooting a model of a mentorship program that takes place right in the community where they need to be seen and dealt.
Yes, sir. Beautiful, brother. Beautiful. We actually have some questions here in the comments section, right? So just a brief answers. What are the ages? What is the age range for the youth mentorship?
I know our employment training program is primarily for high school age youth.
Okay.
But they bring youth to the circle as young as 6 years old.
Yes, sir.
As young as 6 years old, they bring them here to the circle, particularly on Tuesday nights.
Yes, sir. And you know what? We know that this is the Circle of Brotherhood. We have a sister in the comments asking if there are any women mentors, and if so, how many? If there are any activities going toward the improvement of the women in our community.
You're on mute, Brother Leroy. You there, Brother Leroy? You coming in?
You on mute, dear brother. You on mute.
So sorry, brother, I didn't hear the last question. What you said? Somebody was calling me while you was talking.
Yes, sir. Somebody was in the comment section asking how many mentors are there for the girls or women mentors, or if there are any at all. Could you please just briefly give an answer to that question?
I didn't hear him, Pastor. What did he say? Oh, of course. So we deal with that with the work readiness courses that we have right now. So we taking youth from 14 to 17, and then the adult program 18 and older. So yeah. So right now, people can sign up right now, especially since school is finna end. If anybody on the line that's from Miami that have a youth, male or female, 14 to 17, they welcome to come and sign them up from the program, and they don't have to worry about the travel because lately the meetings been on Zoom. we're going to provide them a computer, so there's no excuses if they want to participate. So.
Yes, sir.
And we're smart enough to partner too. We have Girl Power that works right here in our building.
Awesome.
Right? And so, can I do this real quick since we have this opportunity? Because we talk about a Tuesday night. I told you I'm actually in the room where our Tuesday night meeting takes place.
Can you turn yours up something?
I'm just going to take a walk. And as I take a walk, I just want you to see, look at these young brothers and these soldiers right in here. These are all young soldiers right here.
Yes, sir.
All these young soldiers.
Wow.
Man. All these young soldiers here.
Come on now.
Right? These are young brothers, man.
Yes,
these
sir.
are the ones. Right? And then look, I just want you to kind of get a glimpse. All these young soldiers right here.
Yes, sir.
All these young soldiers right here. And so it's just a beautiful place for anybody to be on a Tuesday night. I hope y'all got a chance to see them. Make sure you're in the right place too.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir. And we actually have we had a question from okay, is there? Yes, ma'am. So they explained that recruitment process. You can actually go to their website and register and sign up to be able to join. So you can always do that. What is it? Circleofbrotherhood.org.
Yeah, but Brother Anthony, that recruitment and that criteria question is very important, brother.
Yes, sir.
Because you just can't walk in and become a member of the Circle of Brotherhood.
Okay,
Let's
yes,
be clear. You're talking about how to sustain an organization that does this kind of work.
Yes,
a lot of our organizations have literally been destroyed because of people coming in and tearing down the organization. So we have an actual inner council of executive members that kind of serve as a hub of protection. And you do have to go through an orientation to become a member, so there is a process.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Sister Shaka, pertaining to your question on funding, we are going to get to that later in the program, and it will be a question posed, but I would like to get to the principles and the work done to help sustain coming to that point. Let's continue with the question. These are some beautiful questions, y'all, and answers that y'all have given. And it's rare that we see an in-depth answer for these type of questions. Due to you all's experience, it seems like it's easy for you to come off of your heart and your minds to explain to our people what's going on with this organization. So we thank God for that right there. And for the next question, okay, you all answered that. Thank God. Can you all tell us more about this civil servant training program and what tactics are used to help local law enforcement to better connect with our communities?
Brother Anthony, I want you to imagine this.
Yes, sir.
I want you to imagine police officers being trained by brothers from the hood.
Yes, sir.
I want you to imagine that, and we developed a training program that has become so successful that about 5 or 6 different police departments actually go through our training.
Oh, man.
As a matter of fact, Pastor Mac or Brother Leroy, if you could talk a minute on that. I'm actually, if I can pull up a short video that talks about the police training.
Please do.
Brother Leroy and Brother Mac, you talk about that while I pull this video up.
The training with the cadets is an awesome training because before they're finished their training, they come to the circle, and it's an eye-opening for them as well as for some brothers from the community, because now you get to sit face to face with the future police officer, and you get to share information about each other to each other.
Yes, sir.
And it gives them a better perspective of the streets.
Yes, sir. From
the bad side. And then we've had some that did not like the police department at all.
Yes,
but
sir.
After that training, that one-on-one, they came out with a different perspective of looking at police. And then police had a different perspective of looking at the community.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, sir. It looks like brother Lau has found this video. Do you want to pause it?
Greater understanding about each other's reality and strengthen those relationships.
Going on what they're watching here.
Pause it for a second.
Sir. So what we're watching here is a video that the brother of Circlehood has constructed explaining this process in this civil servant training program where law enforcement, they're bringing law enforcement and the people from the community
And
to
members of our
communicate
community
and
and
understand
police
each other.
officers are coming together for a special training today. The goal, to help citizens and police gain a greater understanding about each other's reality and strengthen those relationships. NBC6 reporter Arlene Bornstein brings the story you'll see only on 6.
1, 2, and 3.
Historic handshakes,
Misconception.
and real conversations as part of a first-of-its-kind training program bringing together community members in the Miami-Dade Police Department.
Left.
Including more than 30 cadets graduating from the Police Academy next month.
For the first time in the county's history, there's a certain synergy that is necessary for agencies and people to work together in a way that's never been done before.
Lyle Muhammad helps run the Circle of Brotherhood organization. It's comprised of county residents trying to resolve community issues such as diminished police relationships and gun violence during a time where shootings are on the rise.
We're dealing with an issue that involves the loss of life.
Some members are former law enforcement and military, like Ed Haynes, who helps create training sessions that educate both sides.
One of the things that I'm very keen on is educating, especially Black men, on the use of force. What happens is, because we're not educated on the use of force policy of police departments, sometimes individuals violate the use of force and don't even realize it.
Other members have faced prison time, but explain they grew up homeless in the face of drug addiction and want law enforcement to understand circumstances are different for everyone.
The number one problem in our community is the relationship between law enforcement and the people that live there.
Halfway through training day, cadets say they are already feeling the impact.
We're the same people. We just need to be able to communicate with each other to know that we can't just judge based on appearance.
You get dispatched to a call, you receive the information on the computer, and it's 2 or 3 lines, and you require a lot more than 2 or 3 lines to know something about someone's background.
A community and the sum of all of its parts, happy and hopeful. In Liberty City, Arlene Bornstein, NBC6 News.
Oh man, beautiful, absolutely beautiful, big brother. Did you have something you would like? You were getting ready to say, Brother Lyle?
No, the work, it speaks for itself, dear brother. It really does speak for itself. And we were doing that training way before the George Floyd murder, and it needs to take place all across the country.
Yes, sir. And we have another question from my sister Shaka here. And the first question here is, who are the officers that received this training? Do you want to go ahead and name those police force or police sectors and departments again?
You're on mute, Brother Leroy.
So right now it's Miami-Dade Police Department, the City of Miami, City of North Miami, Miami Gardens,
yes, sir,
as well as the Public Defenders Department. Now, when we train for the City of Miami and Miami-Dade Police Department, we also be training cadets from other areas like Sweetwater, Miami Springs, Florida City, because their departments are so small, they send their recruits and cadets to the city or the county. So in any particular training that we do for the city and the county, we might have people from 8 different municipalities coming to that one class for training. So that's how wide abroad it is.
Yes, sir. And is it a mandatory thing for
so before they go on the streets in the City of Miami and Miami-Dade County, they come through our training.
Wow. Do you all have some calculated?
Every now and then we miss a class because of timing, but in most cases they make sure that all the cadets come through our class. And I'm gonna tell you, I see them all the time, and I know who they are because the first thing they say is brotherhood. No matter where they at, no matter who they with, you know what I mean, with their family, with they majors, no matter who it is.
Yes, sir.
you will know, because once they identify who, they'll say, and we ain't got to have on our shirts or nothing. They remember our face. They'll say Brotherhood. So
Yes,
one
sir.
thing about the city too is that every top level officer at the city of Miami has been through our training. So the city made sure that they majors, they assistant chiefs, they commanders, sergeant, all took our class.
Oh man, that is absolutely beautiful, dear brothers. I mean, this is a rare example that we're getting here, people. For any of you all watching, this is a rare example of strategies taken to improve the communication between law enforcement and the understanding of the people in the communities that they are serving. This is absolutely beautiful. I have to ask, brothers, y'all mind if I take 15 seconds to hook up this charger to my computer before it dies, as I should have done before the show, but I'm going to take that short time to do so right now, dear brothers. Be right back.
And while he's doing that, those that are on, just letting you know, it's a very special place.
First, deal with each other.
Very special place.
As people, as men, as whoever. And some of those differences we dealt with.
And this is every Tuesday night.
Oh yeah, if you are in this Miami area, anywhere within the South Florida community, definitely make your way out on these Tuesdays. What's the facility that you all have these meetings at?
So our meetings is held at our headquarters, which is named after one of the school board members, Dr. Dorothy Bendroff Mendigal, Social and Economic Institute. So where you can come here and get some social skills, and you can get some economic development skills at the same time. Okay. So we was blessed to be housed here now for a little over 4 years. So we have our own 58,000 square feet facility on 5.3 acres of land. And right now it's being shared with 5 different organizations, and more to move in soon. Yeah, so we got reentry. We got the second largest reentry program in the nation here, OIC. Soon we're gonna have Career Source South Florida that has a budget of like $80 million a year, here in our location. So of course the Circle of Brotherhood. We got Neighbors and Neighbors Association, Tools for Change, who do grants and loans for small businesses. Girl Power, who has a after school program for young ladies. So we got an incubator, and if you're in business, a small business, or trying to start up a small business, we got some incubator space right now available at our location. We got a full fitness center, so we converted 2 classrooms into a fitness center where we got over $100,000 worth of exercise equipment. Anybody can come use it free of charge.
Oh man. Yeah.
Brother Anthony, as you hear Brother Leroy say those things, that's another sustainability tool. It's about partnerships. It's about collaboration.
Yes, sir.
We got to show our unity, not just in word, but in deed.
Come on. That's right. That's right, man. We should never be too big to look toward another organization to collaborate on helping to use the tools that it needs to resurrect the mindsets of our people. Is there, and just to ask, we know that there are many forms of what make reducing the violence and crime successful. Through you all's experiences, what is the main catalyst that you all have seen through your experience that helps reduce the violence and crime in our community?
I'll say this and then let Brother Leroy take it. When you have those who've been there, done that, doing that, you're going to have success. When you have those who don't have a clue about what's really going down, you're not going to have success. And guess what? We have success.
That's right. Oh man.
So we are successful as an organization because everybody know their role and their responsibility. And whoever good at whatever we involved in, that's who lead. It don't have to be me. It don't have to be Pastor Matt. If we involved in something and it's another brother in our group is better at it than we are, that's who we let lead.
Yes, sir. Wow. Yes, sir. Dear Pastor, do you have anything that you would like to add toward what successfully has helped you all in the strategies of reducing the violence and crime in our community?
When the main thing is being there,
Come on.
having a compassion, because like Bilal said, if you haven't been there, done that, and you don't understand how a person may feel, you may have empathy, but you won't have sympathy.
That's right.
But by being there and understanding this situation, by being on that side, gives you a better awareness and a concern of what the person may need, and be able to better assist them. Because a lot of times you don't have anyone from the streets fighting or trying to support you while you're going through.
Yes, sir.
Our organization goes out on the scene and after the scene to support the families and find out what they need and to try to assist them to help them to overcome. I'll say this, our organization, even at the school here, the community uses the schools for weights, for repasts, birthday parties. I mean,
wow,
it's open for the community. It's open for the community.
Yes, sir.
Where no matter who comes here, from legislation to state representative to local, when they come here, one thing they say is that they feel safe.
Oh man,
this is a safe haven.
Yes. I want to share this experience, brother. About three years ago, we took on this responsibility, and we put out in the community that we wanted to marry some couples because we wanted our community to know what family looked like.
Oh
right?
man.
And
Yes.
we picked 3 families, 3 couples,
Yes.
and we raised every penny. I mean, from the rings to the clothes, to the gowns, to the tuxedos, to the reception, to the food, to the decoration, to the shoes, to the socks, everything that a person would need to get married in. We raised the money and we married 3 couples at our school, and we paid for everything. So imagine this, ladies. I know ladies run the weddings. They take them over. They do everything. This was done by all men, all black men.
Come
We
on.
married 3 couples here. And if you want to see something was beautiful, bro, you got to see these pictures. That was beautiful, man. And listen, people were saying, y'all gonna buy their wedding rings too? And we said, yeah. They said, boy, them wedding rings can be expensive. And I was praying, I was saying, Lord, don't let them pick up for $30,000, $40,000. But I never said that to them.
Yes,
I
sir.
promise you, the rings that they picked, we paid for. We ain't took them to no special place. They told us where they wanted to go get the ring from.
Wow.
And whatever what the rings that they picked, that's what we paid for. Can you imagine that? Everything we paid for the three couples to be married, bro. When have you ever seen men do that?
Oh,
when the community loves you, Brother Anthony, you will always be sustained.
Come on now. That's right. Y'all deserve everything, the credibility. And just from what I'm hearing, it's so much more than I could have ever imagined. You brothers going into the in-depth problems and solutions of our community. Just giving y'all are the blueprint. It's easy to say that y'all are establishing it, but no, you all are the blueprint from what I am hearing. And it's a blessing to have you all help us on what it means to establish a successful organization. We have Sister Shaka that has been very active in this comment section. We appreciate her for doing so. She really just wants to know, is there an age limit? I'm not sure if that's to get involved or to be a part of the programs. And she says, I'm thinking about relocating, but it's really just like an open platform for anybody looking for improvement in their life, right?
I guess I'll give a shout out on this one, right? Because that brother identified on there as Shaka Takeo. There wouldn't be no me here if it wasn't for that brother right there. That's my father.
I apologize for referring to you as a
please, we just trying to get the name right. But look, now let's tell you how powerful our work is. We talking about getting my father excited about relocating from Springfield, Massachusetts to Miami.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Love you,
That is
sir.
that is beautiful. That's just beautiful. Man, I'm overwhelmed with joy right now, dear brothers. And so I'm gonna get on to the next question. This is one of those questions, right? It is worded as, do you all have a system in place that helps to resolve internal conflict within the organization?
Now, Brother Anthony, you heard me say I've been a member of the Nation of Islam for nearly 30 years. Is that right, brother?
Sir. Yes, sir.
We have a beautiful process, brother, and we have had to let some brothers go their own way.
Yes, sir.
But it's fair, it's just,
yes,
it's
sir.
about helping the individual first, but we will not allow someone to represent our organization in an improper, immoral, unethical way, because that's not about us. So we actually have a very, very important process and procedure. Sometimes it involves small group counseling, and then eventually, we decide on what's appropriate, whether it's 6 months away from the organization, whether it's a year away, or whether it's doing something, because we're all a work in progress, brother. And that goes for all of us. If I break the law, brother, I come up under it as well too.
Yes, sir. Beautifully answered. Because one of the main things that breaks up an organization is unresolved, what do you call it? Unmentioned tension and differences within an organization that people allow their egos to come up and tear an organization apart. So
I want to use a Brother Leroy line now, Brother Anthony, because Brother Leroy, he will get on. We have our battles, but nobody will ever see him, right? But whenever Brother Leroy comes to you and he says these words, I love you, right?
That's right.
What's coming behind that is some fire.
Yes, sir.
But look at it though, it's in love. And so you got an organization full of alpha males that are working together in unity because of that love and because what we built. Pastor Mac, the slogan that you gave us from the very beginning about the wave versus the undercurrent, can you share that?
Yeah, what we found out is when you go out to the ocean, you see the waves and they're big and boisterous, and everybody think that's the power. But really, the power is not in the wave. It's when you go out there and see that checkered flag, that orange flag, remind you that there's an undercurrent. And the undercurrent you don't see until you're out in the ocean, and it takes you away. So the wave, you won't see us all on TV, that's the wave. But the work is the undercurrent.
Yes.
Which is the ground, the boots on the ground, as Brother Lyle would say, is the boots on the ground. And that's why power, because as you're finding out tonight, and the audience is finding out tonight, is our strength is not only in our humility, but our strength is in loving and trusting one another.
Oh man, that is absolutely beautiful.
We trust the ones, our lead organizer, our executive director, our treasurer, our VP. We trust the ones that are in leadership.
Wow.
And because of that, it makes us strong. And one thing I'll say about the discipline, as alpha males, when we come to the meeting, and when that chair goes in the middle, everybody starts soul searching.
Yes, sir.
Man, hope that chair ain't for me tonight.
And so I want to say what Pastor Mac just said about alpha males. Imagine having a group and probably half of the guys in the group are alpha males that got their own things going on. You know what I mean? That can literally run their own organization separately. Now that's good leadership. When you're in an organization and you building men, and those men can step out on their own and start their own organization, that means they learning, right? You nurturing them. So that's leadership, bro.
Come on. That's right. So what I'm really hearing is that love and what would we call it? I just had it in my head. Love and man, I wish it wouldn't have left me like that.
Yeah, it'll come back, brother. It'll come back. But when you throwing in those ingredients, love experience, unity, no big eyes, no little U's. Let he who is best lead. And we do have a philosophy to our brothers now. When you bring an idea to the table, you better be the one willing to carry it out from A to Z.
Yes, sir.
You'll get your help and your support. But think about it. We're talking about men. What more does our community need than to see men working in a collective manner like this?
That's right. That's right. It's exactly what we need, dear brother. And it did come back to me. I was going to say that love and humility is what allowed them to sustain the building of this organization. And it's also used to correct the actions of people who we may see out of the proper form in which we know we are supposed to be loving each other, and how humble we should be on this mission on coming to our people with options and solutions for their lives. That's such a beautiful process. It's something that we lack as men in our community, is love and humility. And for you to implement that on the arrival of the circle of brotherhood, if you are so to choose that path in your life, that's something that they will teach you will sustain an organization. That is absolutely beautiful. And I thank you all for those answers.
And Brother Anthony, I know we're going to be getting short on time. I have to throw in one very important ingredient for organizations to sustain themselves, particularly financially.
Okay.
Diversify your portfolio. Diversify your portfolio. That means you need to have many different streams of income, because when you're doing real work, they get cut off from time to time.
Come on. That's right. That's right. Oh, that's beautiful, big brother. Yes, so we actually gonna have a question. Wow. Going into that question, brother, you just led us into right into the question. Asking what kind of strategies were implemented to help fund and continue to sustain funding for this organization.
You know, I'm so proud of this organization, dear brother, because we have contracts with government entities, contracts with private entities, contracts with other individuals and companies doing this kind of work, but we cannot be bought or sold.
Come on.
Sometimes we tell people to keep their money.
That's
because
right.
It goes against the principles in which we stand for, you know. And again, I mean, we got national contracts because people are that impressed about the transformation work that we're doing. So we're doing some powerful things, but we're not taking every dollar that comes our way.
Yes, sir.
But we're also making sure we get every dollar that's supposed to come our way.
Come on now. Come on. So are you saying that all you had to do was put in the actions toward helping your community and people who had the same heart approached you all to help you all do so?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Oh, that is awesome.
Because when you, our brother Leroy told us before the pandemic, he said, listen, as the organization was growing and funds were coming in, and Brother Lau is doing an awesome job with grants and bringing in funding. He said things were going, the funds was going to start coming faster than we would ever imagine.
Yes, sir.
And because of when you're doing good, good comes.
That's right.
You know, you go out for some funding, but then the word of mouth would get out, and other people will come to you interested in investing in what you're doing.
Man,
and that's what makes us so awesome, is because, like I said, you have different people, like Believer said, that can step out, do their own thing, but they have connections.
Yes, sir.
And the people that trust them and see that they're a part of this,
come on,
say, hey, well, if so and so is a part of this, I know their work, I know their integrity. Man, let me see how I can assist in helping that organization. And that's what's special about it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but people, a lot of things that that people get help with is because they've already proven that they are willing to finish the process. Nobody's gonna come to you seeing that you have not put in the time and effort to establish something for yourself that can be built upon. And so it's absolutely beautiful to see that if you follow the will of God and you are working through the will of God, that it's an energy behind that. you know, that the world is waiting on. You know, people are probably waiting on an organization like you all to become successful so that they can join on to something that they've been working on for some years now, you know, and just staying consistent. I think that sometimes we get disappointed before we see the results, and we get away from the process of what it means to stay consistent and to prove to the world that you won't falter, whether you are started off small or big. There are people looking at your growth from the very seed of the thought of this organization to where it is now. And man, the fact that you all have been humble and loving enough to bring it to this point, I've never seen an example within a non-religious, all-inclusive background kind of organization to where it's just so successful. You all are beautiful examples of what God is requiring of us at this time. And just to help us on to the last question, I know that we have absolutely touched on this question, but it goes, you know, what kind of mind and heart do we need to build similar sectors that involve people from all walks of life to serve the upliftment of our people? I know we've touched on this, but let's go into our spirit and send our people off with the spirit that they really need to go out into the street and start something like this.
You know, it only takes one person to start it. It only takes one person to initiate it. But working to have other people buy into the concept, because it's all a concept, and everybody have to buy in. Everybody that's involved have to buy into what the vision is, and the vision can be shared vision. It ain't got to be one person vision. It's shared vision, but everybody have to buy into it. Everybody got to believe in it. You got to believe in it. That's what I say. You got to buy in, and you got to believe. And a brother always say this, man. If you believe in something, you will put your money into it. If it means something to you, you will invest your time. You will invest your money. If you believe in it, that's what it takes.
That's right. That's right, dear brother. It's such a thing to where you like you said, it starts off with the one person, the idea being fully dedicated. So I think when starting off, right, for our youth, our next generation, try to see if you can sense a straggler, because they may be the detriment to the completion and the time that you complete something. Make sure that everybody you are bringing in and involving yourself with is fully motivated, giving the same effort. Everybody within their role should be given the same effort, regardless of what your role is, you know. And I can see that you all have the same mind and heart. It's like you all are interconnected with each other through your mind and your heart, to where you it seems like y'all don't really have a worry. You don't have to worry about Brother Bilal. Brother Bilal doesn't have to worry about Pastor Jeffrey. Pastor Jeffrey doesn't have to worry about Brother Leroy, because you all are fueled by your own motivation. And I think that is absolutely beautiful, that you all have trusted each other enough to put this organization on your shoulders and the shoulders of others who have joined you all. Is there anything that you would like the people to know that you all either are working to implement, something coming up, a possible event that they should be looking forward to?
I want to mention one thing. We're currently in a fight, a battle, or a struggle, if you will, to receive $1 million that was earmarked for our organization by the city of Miami mayor. And politics is rearing its head, and there seems to be some blockage in that. Every time an organization like ours looks to establish and go to the next level, sometimes even those who look like us and talk like us and walk like us play interference. So people, go to our website, find out what we got going on, and be an advocate, because we would surely be an advocate for you.
Come on.
And we cannot win without advocates, and we need that in this work. And the last thing that I want to say is that, you know, when I train basketball players, and one of the things that's very, very important is consistency. And the reason why we're going to win as an organization is because we're not going to stop.
That's right.
And we have all done a good enough job with these brothers and these men, over 50 here tonight. We've done a good enough job that if God forbid something happened to either one of us, the baton is ready to be picked up and carried on.
Oh man, y'all, I don't think, you know, I'm a brother that you know, I have been what you all have explained to me as the structure of your foundation and or the structural foundation of your organization is absolutely beautiful. And I think that as long as you all continue with this mindset and this the feeling of the heart that you all have, that like you said, as long as you're depositing your mind and your spirit into the younger generation, you won't have to worry about the continuation, because you would have now replaced what could have been in their mind, which is violence, turning towards your other brother for crime, and you know, hating ourselves and our community. You know, you all are the start of what I would say that if everybody in Miami were to become aware of and be motivated to help you all, that we will have a successful community. And I know that this effort here will be something very great, because we have other organizations working as well. And I know that when they are ready and in a position to join and help on, that it will be a beautiful thing. And let me see, one personal question from myself, just from what I did here. Would somebody like myself be able to come to the Brother Circlehood facility and possibly, man, even if I got a good glimpse of what's going on and was given an opportunity to speak to our young brothers? I've been striving to look for the platform to do that. Beside this platform, having 10 toes in our community and actually put in my effort behind what we say we will want to do. So just be open to me contacting Brother Lau for that experience there, if it be the will of Almighty God. And for everybody who sat here, we actually want to thank you for tuning in and getting a breakdown of what it means to become a successful community organization. This is absolutely beautiful. I thank you, brothers, for joining me on this platform today.
It's been an honor and a pleasure, but I do want you to hear something before you leave, dear brother, and I think the community should hear this, so let me do this real quick.
Yes, sir.
Brother Ed, excuse me just for 2 seconds, right? Because they don't think nobody's in the building here real quick. Just listen to this real quick. Brotherhood! Brotherhood! One brother! One hood! Who do we serve? Our community! Who do we serve? Our community! Our government still here!
Yes, sir.
What do you feel like, dear brother?
Oh man, I have no doubt that this organization will go on for years and years and never fall due to what I just seen. It seems like you all are doing a beautiful job and are a wonderful example of what it means to go into our community and make change. So I want to thank each and every one of you. So, you know, and again, for anybody that would like to come and check you all out, if there's somebody that can give like a full breakdown of the days and the things that they can come and join on to and where they need to relegate themselves location wise to get involved with this program.
The address to the facility is 5120 Northwest 24th Avenue, Miami, Florida 33142.
Okay.
Hours that we're open as far as Neighbor Association, Tools for Change, Incubator is from 9 to 5 here at the school. Someone's always here to guide or direct in the right direction. But definitely, it's a community. We're in the heart of the city, and we're looking to continue to support and bring programs to the community to help the community.
Oh man, we thank you all for that. I want everybody here watching to know, whether you call yourself a Muslim, Christian, Moor, Jew, Hebrew, Israelite, that it's only your own thinking keeping you from unifying with your people. You can take the example and throw your excuses outside the window through the example of the Circle of Brotherhood. And I admire anybody taking away those excuses from the minds of our community. It is an absolute beautiful thing to come and join with your brother and your sister on a common cause that you see the effect of with the youth in our community. Because we could debate for years and years and years and see no change in the lifestyles in our community, but these brothers have came with what they have learned from their experiences and put together one heck of a establishment, organization, and program. So let's give them a round of applause, people, for y'all watching who enjoyed this. This is actually a beautiful thing for us to learn how to unify and progress. So I thank you all for joining. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I thank you all for joining on and taking the time out of your day to learn the benefits of an organization that can help our community. I would like to, wow, it done brung me out the picture. I would like to ask the people who enjoyed yourself that if you could support, the one thing, two things you can do initially is press the like button and hit that share button twice. It's going to give you two options. You're going to hit the share and then you're going to share it to your actual page. All right. And for people that want to see the growth of this platform, you can cash app $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, whatever is on your heart behind the passion that you have to see a mission like this progress. Please, go to Cash App, send whatever God puts on your heart to $ Brain Food TV. And your young brother, I am not funded by any outside entity. So if anything you do allows me to work even harder and take time out of a working world to be able to work on our people. So I thank you for anything that you are able to send, and may God bless the rest of your day. And we hope to see you again here on the Next Generation soon. Peace and blessings, family.